Just make fart noises or something and let somebody else.
It makes me.
You know, sidebar. You know, this was, what, a year ago, maybe? Maybe 2 years ago? When I looked over at Jared and I was like,
And I was like,
pull my finger.
Like, what are you pointing at?
I said, pull my finger. He had never heard of that. The gassiest man I know, and he's lived his whole life without being able to do that gag.
I think we were in the car or something.
Of course we were, because
he was like this, and I was
the
like,
only time that gas happens.
What? And he's pointing, and he's not giving me a lot to work with. I mean, you play me, I'm gonna play you.
What?
No. Yeah, exactly. But it was. And finally he looks at me and he's like, pull it. I was like, pull what? My finger. All right.
And like tears streaming down his face with laughter.
It was like a trigger and made you fart.
Can I say?
And I'm sitting there going like, pull it.
I can't hold it much longer.
Flop sweat.
The vein is coming out of your neck.
I'm like, I'm not giving up on this bit.
I'm too far in.
I'm in it.
Can I say, it was not too long ago that we were all on a flight together, and I was sitting behind you guys reading, and I saw, and I'm not going to say which one because I don't want to incriminate anyone, but I saw one of you just reach across the aisle with your finger, and the other one just reach across and make a pulling motion, and then from my perspective, there was just a wave of nauseating. Like about 30 seconds later, it was like, fuck!
It was like,
and I do believe that right after the pull, both of our hands went up to.
It was like the smoke, the darkness smoke that comes up. Misha was like, oh God, oh God, oh God.
However, your story is probably the greatest gassy story
Gather
I've
round.
ever heard.
So I had just gone out to Chinese food and eaten quite a bit, and then got on a flight, a transcontinental flight with my wife. It was a JetBlue flight from LA to Washington, D.C., and packed flight. And we got up to altitude, and there's something with the pressure change or whatever. It just felt like
the excuses are incredible.
Yeah, first it's the Chinese food, then it's the bread.
It's a long flight. Now it's the pressure change.
Let me just preface this by saying that what follows in this story was not my fault. But anyway, it was one of those situations. I was against the window. I'm not going to make everybody get up so that where am I going to go anyway? It's an airplane. So
to the bathroom.
Whatever. I just decided to judiciously release small bits at a time. And
small bits.
So anyway, long story short, at that particular moment, I might have been tired or something, but I didn't have the kind of muscle control that I hoped for. And
older.
And it came out in one very sort of
large bit,
one sort of gasping plume, and there was something about it, the quality or whatever. Anyway, long story short, the guy immediately behind me faints, and the flight attendants came up and they brought a tank of oxygen and they revived him, and he seemed very surprised by the whole thing, and he said it had never happened to him before. And his girlfriend tried to explain, but kind of politely to the flight attendants, like, somebody has gas, and they said, not hearing her properly over the drone of the engines, they said, no, ma'am, that's impossible. There's no way a gas leak would happen in the fuselage. All of the fuel is stored in the wings. And then, anyway, I fell asleep. I woke up. We were halfway across the country.
Pressure changed again.
More Chinese food, coincidentally.
This time I tried to be more careful. I failed again. Fainted again. They revived him again. And when we landed, everybody had to stay in their seats while paramedics got him off the flight. Anyway, his girlfriend, when they came back, she whispered again, somebody has gas, like, but really, like, dramatically, like, yeah, okay, I farted, big deal, stop fainting. And stop. The woman sitting next to, and they said the same thing. No, the fuselage, the gas, and the wings. And the woman sitting next to them yelled out, "No, somebody has to go to the bathroom."
But now you can't get up and go to the bathroom and make it
Obviously, at that point, now I'm feeling a little embarrassed, like being called out like that. So I just sort of played it cool at that point.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's cool at that point?
That's a good
my
one.
fart story. It was P.F. Chang's China Bistro, by the way.